You didn't fall for her smile, brother. You fell for the way she made you believe it was real. That's the cruelest part about love. The illusion always feels truer than the truth. She mirrored your energy, spoke your language, and made you think you'd finally found peace. But deep down, something was always off, wasn't it? That quiet unease you couldn't explain, the moments when her warmth felt rehearsed, her love perfectly timed, but never truly present. You told yourself it was just fear, that if you stayed patient, she'd open up. That love takes time. But the truth, you were giving everything to someone who only loved the reflection of herself in your devotion. You kept showing up, hoping to be seen, not realizing you were standing in a performance, not a partnership. And when it finally cracked, when the mask slipped, you called it heartbreak. But it wasn't. It was revelation. Because real love can be many things: messy, difficult, imperfect. But one thing it will never be is fake. Today, we're going to uncover the 5 signs she never really loved you. And once you see them clearly, you'll stop chasing ghosts and start reclaiming your peace. If you've ever given your all only to feel invisible, then this is your moment to rise. Like this video if you've been there. Comment "Ready for Truth" below if you're ready to see the truth for what it is. Share this with a brother who's still trapped in the illusion. Don't just watch, act. Start this journey now. Because once you understand what fake love really looks like, you'll never mistake it for real again. Sign number 1. She never saw your worth. Brother, love isn't about how much you give. It's about whether she ever truly saw you behind it all. You can give your time, your loyalty, your strength, your very soul. But if she never valued the man beneath the effort, she was never really with you. You thought that if you worked harder, stayed consistent, and loved deeper, she'd eventually recognize what she had. You believed that your devotion would awaken something in her. But the truth is, some women don't fall for your energy. They fall for your effort. They don't connect with your presence. They connect with the benefits it brings. And that's why no matter how much you gave, it was never enough. You could have built mountains around her, carried her through storms, given her stability when she offered you confusion. And still, she'd look at you with that same hollow expectation. What else? Not because she needed more, but because she never valued the source it came from. You. The man. The presence. The quiet foundation holding everything together. It's a painful truth, but not a hopeless one. When a woman truly loves a man, she softens around his presence. She doesn't need grand gestures to feel secure. Your calm energy alone becomes her safety. She respects your silence because it carries weight. She trusts your direction because it's grounded. She values not what you do, but who you are. That's the difference between being seen and being used. If she couldn't feel that, if she treated your love like a service rather than a sacred bond, it's not a reflection of your failure. It's a reflection of her blindness. Don't take that blindness personally. Not everyone is capable of seeing the depth of a real man. You can't force someone to recognize what they were never prepared to appreciate. Because real love doesn't ask, "What else can you give me?" It says, "You are enough." And the day you finally understand that, brother, you'll stop chasing validation and start attracting respect. The right woman won't fall for your effort. She'll fall for your energy. She'll see you even in your silence. And that's where everything begins to change, because the moment you stop trying to be seen, you become impossible to ignore. Sign number 2. She took your effort for granted. You kept giving, brother, believing that if you just tried a little harder, loved a little louder, she'd finally see the man standing right in front of her. But the more you gave, the less she seemed to care. You apologized when you weren't wrong. You carried her storms while drowning quietly in your own. You became her anchor, steady, loyal, reliable. Yet she only noticed your weight once you began to sink. You thought love was sacrifice. You thought that if you kept showing her your heart, she'd mirror it back someday. But love doesn't work that way. When you overgive, you don't inspire appreciation. You condition expectation. Every time you fixed what she broke, every time you showed up when she vanished, you taught her that no matter how far she pulled away, you'd always chase. And the more she got used to that, the less she respected you for it. That's the quiet tragedy of the man who loves too much. With every unreturned effort, you felt smaller. You started questioning your worth, thinking maybe if you gave even more, she'd finally wake up and realize what she had. But she never did, because she wasn't seeing you. She was consuming you. And the harder you tried to hold it together, the easier it became for her to let go. Love isn't proven by exhaustion, brother. It's not found in how much of yourself you lose trying to make her stay. Real love flows both ways. It nourishes you as much as it challenges you. It brings peace, not depletion. The moment you stop chasing her validation, something powerful happens. Your energy returns. Your peace comes back. And in that calm, you'll see the truth clearly. The right woman doesn't need you to prove your worth. She already feels it when you walk into the room. She respects your silence because she trusts your strength. So let her take your absence for granted the way she once did your effort. Because when a man finally stops giving to be seen, the world starts to see him for who he truly is. And that's when the story begins to turn. Not because you chased love, but because you finally chose yourself. Sign number 3. She never planned a future with you. When a woman's heart is truly invested, her words begin to paint pictures of tomorrow. She speaks of plans, places, and dreams, not because she's trying to trap you, but because she can already see herself walking beside you. But when her heart isn't in it, her silence says everything. You noticed it, brother. Every time you mentioned commitment, family, or a shared future, she would laugh it off, change the subject, or suddenly need to rest. You told yourself she was scared, that she just needed time, that maybe she didn't want to rush things. You hoped that if you were patient enough, her heart would catch up to yours. But energy doesn't lie. When a woman is in love, her future naturally includes you. Her language shifts, her tone softens, her plans begin to align with yours. Yet when she avoids the topic entirely, it's not hesitation, it's clarity. Her soul has already started walking away, even while her body still sits across from you. She's holding your hand in the present, but her mind is quietly writing a life where you don't exist. You feel it, that subtle distance between her smile and her eyes, between her words and her truth. You start questioning yourself. Maybe you're asking too much. Maybe commitment feels like pressure. But deep down, you know it's not about timing. It's about connection. Love that is real doesn't fear the future. It grows toward it. When she avoids those conversations, she isn't protecting her heart. She's protecting her exit. Brother, don't confuse her presence with investment. Just because she's there doesn't mean she's building. Just because she listens doesn't mean she's staying. Love isn't about who shares your moments. It's about who shares your direction. If she couldn't see you in her tomorrows, it means she never truly loved you in her today. But that's not your loss. It's your liberation. Because the right woman won't need convincing to imagine a future with you. She'll speak about it freely, with certainty in her voice and peace in her eyes. And when that happens, you won't have to ask if she's all in. You'll feel it. The silence that once hurt you will finally make sense. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection, preparing you for the love that was actually meant to last. Sign number 4. She loved what you gave, not who you were. Brother, you can buy her time, you can buy her attention, but you can never buy real love. You thought your giving would make her feel secure, that if you kept showing up with gifts, affection, and reassurance, she'd finally see the depth of your heart. But she didn't. She only drew closer when she gained something, and the moment you stopped giving, her warmth disappeared. What you mistook for love was never connection. It was a transaction. You were feeding a pattern without realizing it, reward and withdrawal. You gave, she smiled. You paused, she pulled away. It wasn't intimacy, it was conditioning. You were being trained to earn her affection instead of simply being worthy of it. And when love becomes conditional, it slowly eats away at your identity. You stop being her man and start becoming her provider of emotions, attention, and comfort, like a battery she plugs into whenever she feels empty. Every gesture you make, every sacrifice you offer, is repaid not with gratitude, but with expectation. You think you're keeping her close, but you're actually losing yourself piece by piece, turning love into labor. The truth is, love that has to be bought will always come with an expiration date, because when a woman stays only when you're giving, she's not bonded to your soul, she's addicted to your service. It's a quiet kind of emptiness, the kind that convinces you that more effort will finally unlock her heart. But no matter how much you give, it's never enough, because she's not looking for connection, she's looking for consumption. So brother, give, but give from wholeness, not emptiness. Give because your heart is full, not because you're afraid of being forgotten. When a man gives from strength, his energy inspires trust and deepens connection. But when he gives from lack, he creates dependency, a fragile illusion of love that collapses the moment he stops performing. If she only stayed when you were giving, then she was never with you, only with your effort. Real love doesn't need to be earned. It's not measured in dinners, gifts, or promises. It's felt in peace, respect, and consistency. And when you finally learn to stop buying affection and start embodying presence, you'll see it clearly. The right woman won't love you for what you give. She'll love you for who you are, even when you give nothing at all. Because the moment you stop trying to purchase love, you become the man who no longer needs to. And that's the kind of man no woman ever forgets. Sign number 5. She left when you needed her most. Brother, anyone can love you when the sun is shining. When your confidence is high, your life is stable, and your world feels under control. But the truth about love is never revealed in comfort. It's revealed in chaos. You find out who's real when the storm hits, when life stripped you of your success, when you lost your job, your direction, or even your peace. She didn't lean in. She said she needed space. You told yourself it was temporary, that she just needed time to process, that once things got better, she'd return. But she didn't, because she wasn't in love with your soul. She was in love with your shine. She loved the version of you that made her feel proud to stand beside you, not the version of you fighting to stand again. The moment your light dimmed, she didn't reach for a candle. She walked away from the darkness. And that's how you learn, painfully but clearly, that some people never wanted to love you. They only wanted to experience you. They loved the warmth of your fire, not the man who built it. You see, real love doesn't disappear when life gets hard. It deepens. A woman who truly loves you doesn't see your struggle as a burden. She sees it as a bridge, an invitation to stand beside you and face the storm together. She doesn't flinch when you're broken. She doesn't need you to be perfect to feel safe. Her love doesn't depend on your shine. It thrives in your shadows. That's the kind of connection that strengthens under pressure, not collapses because of it. If she left when you fell, she was never your partner, only a passenger. And when the road turned rough, she simply got off. But brother, don't see her exit as a loss. See it as a filter. Life will always reveal who's meant for you by who stays when the noise fades. The wrong ones leave when the music stops. The right one dances through the silence. So don't chase the ones who left you in your weakest hour. Instead, rebuild quietly. Let your scars become the proof of your strength. Because the man who can rise after being abandoned doesn't just find love again. He attracts a love that's real, steady, and fearless. And when that woman arrives, you'll recognize her, not by how she smiles in your success, but by how she holds you steady when the storm returns. That's the kind of love worth waiting for, brother. The kind that doesn't run when you break. It kneels beside you and helps you rise. Brother, in the end, it was never love that you lost. It was illusion. And the moment you let that truth settle, your strength quietly returns. Because every time she failed to see your worth, dismissed your effort, avoided your future, or walked away when you fell, she wasn't taking pieces of you. She was revealing who never deserved to hold them. Real love doesn't demand proof. It recognizes presence. It doesn't vanish in the storm. It stands through it. And the woman meant for you won't be drawn to what you give. She'll be drawn to who you are when the noise fades. So walk forward, brother. Not to chase love, but to live as the man who no longer has to. If this message spoke to you, like this video and subscribe to Stoic Station, and tell me in the comments, which truth hit you the hardest? And what did it finally make you realize about love? Your story might be the reminder another man needs tonight, the moment that helps him stop chasing pain and start reclaiming his peace.